Welcome back, folks, to the XTS Custom Shop here in Nashville, Tennessee. And Eric's holding the guitar, and that means it's going to be a good day in the shop. So, this is as serious as a heart attack board, Eric.
I don't know that I love that analogy, but...
Oh, because of the terror associated with heart attacks?
I don't think this board's going to make your arm hurt or you feel out of breath. I guess it could.
I feel out of breath.
Man, after programming it, that's a fair point. A better analogy than I thought, I guess.
Well, cool. Well,
it's an awesome board.
Yeah, there's several things here that we'll kind of walk through because there's some cool stuff in this that may not be immediately obvious. Yes. But Eric's gone through and has programmed some sounds. But first, let's get a sense of who the players are and kind of how signal flow goes. Although with the PBC 6X, signal flow is sort of meaningless, isn't it?
Out the window, yeah.
Right. So for those of you who don't know, the RJM PBC 6X is a cross slash 6X is a cross is a cross point switcher. So you can take anything that's in the loops and put it in any order that you like. So basically everything on this board is in a loop except for the tuner, the wah, and the 3 H9s, and the Super Suite. Yeah, because the Super Suite is super clean. Thank you. Is on the back end, kind of buffering and boosting the whole thing. It is. It is a sweetener.
As you said.
Did I say that?
Well, you call it the Super Suite.
Oh, there you go. That I guess that's where the confusion lies. Yeah. So, Eric, why don't you, having played this a bit and knowing all these pedals like you do, why don't you walk the good folks through it?
Yeah.
So, what's the default configuration? So, if you're just going to set the loops up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, they've all got little numbers on them here.
Right. So he's talking about that there. So that's in loop 4.
Yeah.
Of the PBC 6X.
So big compressor, little compressor. These three guys.
Yep.
Wait.
No, wait.
No,
Klon. 3. Yep, Klon first.
You skip the most valuable pedal on here.
That's right.
This one here, then OCD, Lightspeed, ODR, then this EQ up here, which is cool. And then the insert on here is bust out to then insert on the interface up here, which is up underneath that big compressor, along with the in and out up there.
Yep.
So you can add anything you want in the insert, move it wherever you want in the signal. Then out of this guy is a volume pedal, and then the 3 H9s.
Yep, 1, 2, 3 H9s. Because why have one when you can have 3?
You almost have to have more than one because they only do one thing at a time.
Yes, that is.
And they do so many good things that you want access to all.
That's right. You're gonna want more than one.
Yeah.
And then you used the Strymon supplies here judiciously in that, this client wants to potentially swap these positions out, so those switchable ports are up here. So either one of these could be 8, 9, or 9, 12, or 18.
Yeah.
And as well as the MXR lives at 18, and the Cali 76 lives at 18 as well.
This was kind of a funny board because so many things wanted/needed 18 volts. Typically, we use the True Tones supplies a lot because for value for, how do you say that?
Bang for the buck?
Bang for the buck is as good as you're going to get with any supply out there, pretty much. Quality versus cost to get it. And usually they've got 2 18s that are only 18s, and usually we're trying to figure out how to work with those or around
right.
them.
Is there some way we could burn them?
Yeah, whereas for this board, we need 18 volts. It's lovely to have the switches on these guys.
Yeah, that is nice.
And they're a good product. Make sure
but buyer beware. Yeah. Buyer beware, or sort of just in general, this is a with great power comes great responsibility thing. Because this is switchable,
It's a dangerous thing, yeah.
Yeah, you put a Klon variant here at 18 with a charge pump in it, and it's a good night Susie.
It won't like it.
So you gotta be careful if you're swinging multiple outputs, that you're not hitting
Yes.
somebody with too much juice or too much potential.
Well
as the case
said.
may be. So let's get like how are we programming this thing, or like how a lot of times with these setups, you know, we've got the RJM editor set up here. And if you're going to go through presets, you can go through and then send PC messages to each one of these. One of the ways that we like to do it, and have been doing this with guys who maybe aren't as deep into MIDI as other folks, is we give them pages here. So if we wanted to set up the global preset, you know, on this first loops page, you can set up loops 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, and then on the next page we've got loop 7 and the insert, and then here's kind of where the fun stuff kicks in. You can choose between you know, preset 1, preset 2, preset 3, preset 4, preset 5, or off, and then you can do the same thing for H9 2. Choose preset 1 through 5, and then do the same thing with H9 3. And then after you do that, you can press and hold and save that, and you never had to think PCs per se.
Yeah. And we should just say this is one way of
Yes.
about 100 that you could set this up.
Absolutely.
I think this is a pretty... I don't think this client has not had a lot of experience with MIDI, so this is a great way to get your foot in the door, so to speak, and have it make sort of immediate sense. You don't get frustrated with the thing, trying to figure out how to use it, and then you hate it.
Sure.
So this is a great way to get it started.
And you can do all the programming with your feet.
Yeah, exactly. And you can kind of the beauty / double-edged sword of these things. You can add 1,000 pages in here.
Mm-hmm.
You could set up a page where it's bank up, down, on, off for each of these, or you can set up 10 pages for just this guy to go through.
If 5 presets wasn't enough.
Yeah, exactly. But then you're banking through 8, 9, 10 pages.
Right. So balance is key.
Yeah.
So that's an easy way to set that up. You're just going to go through each one, and so long as you don't need more than 5 presets, you can get away with that on one page. If one of these was, you know, I'd like to get, you know, up to 10 presets, you could make 2 pages for that one.
Mm-hmm.
And otherwise, if you're going way heavy and a bunch of MIDI stuff and you're kind of PCs all over the place and you're super comfortable with the editor, just use that, and you can set up, especially if it's a gig where the show's on rails and you're going to spend time in pre-production setting it up, and then that's going to be it for the year. You know, you're never rebuilding it again. I think that would probably be a fine option.
Who was it that said that on the plane to a show they programmed their PBC 6?
I don't remember who that was. I remember the conversation, but I don't remember who it
One of the first ones we put on
was.
a board for somebody. They were doing a festival thing and they were flying to it, and they knew the set list was different than stock, so they just set it up and programmed everything on the plane. Landed, plugged a USB stick in here, and then they were ready to go for the show.
Yep, I forgot who that was. If it was a regular.
Yeah.
So if we've had that conversation with you, put a comment down below.
Yeah.
Well, so Eric, why don't you set them through, or why don't you walk folks through some of the sounds that you kind of initially set up to, you know, just as a proof of concept what was going on here.
Yeah. So first preset is kind of standard. The client said they were going to run the Cali pretty much all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's on, and then a little reverb from that guy.
Mm-hmm. And so if we go to, this is the second H9, so if we go to H9.2, you can see that it's set to program 2. And these other guys that are off, the H9.3 is off, and so it's set to off there.
Yeah. So convenient. Second preset.
Little light speed.
Little light kicked off at that point. Cool. And what do we got in this one? ODR.
I was going to say, it sounds like the ODR.
It does. And echo from this guy. Octavers in these things are really fun. I was sitting in the place. There's a wah pedal up here too. I don't think.
That's right. Let's not forget. And amongst all these goodies, you can wah.
Yeah, but a very cool board.
Yeah. So really kind of everything that you could want.
Yeah, it's got really 3-4 drives that can all be really good.
Yep.
And then these cover everything else you want.
For sure.
And then some sweeteners up here.
Yep.
Very strong board.
Yeah. Excellent work, Eric. As always, really beautiful layout. I think this client is going to be super happy, and there'll be a little bit of homework with this one.
Yeah.
But this is one of those rigs that really rewards an investment in time figuring out how to really make it work for you and what you're doing. So if you guys have anything like this, maybe smaller than this, if that suits you, you can call us, and we'd love to help you get that worked out. Till then.